There's absolutely in no shape or form can anyone, including myself or anyone in the space, can replicate what Alex Hormozi has done with his latest launch. Now, this video, I'm not in any way trying to explain what the funnel is, trying to give you the tactics. I'm not even going to go into the AI and none of that stuff. I'm actually going to give you real actual things that you can take so you as a coach or as an infopreneur can take away and implement right away in your business. And these are things that I've personally embodied. My name is Saif Agribi. I've taken my own coaching business from nothing to 500K per year without having to do any sales calls, without chasing, just with a very small brand niche, a basically system that I call the value journey, where I go in with a lot of value and I really vet and do the most out of the leads that I get. Nobody knows me. My brand is very small, but my value and my clients basically speak for itself. So you're going to watch and we're going to speak about everything that's been done with Alex, what he's done specifically that I've personally believe in and embody. And by the way, I love Alex. He's a great inspiration. And I've been watching him for literally like the last 4 years. A lot of the stuff that he's doing is super impressive, but it's not something that I personally believe in when it comes to the type of business that I'm building and the type of business that many of my clients are building. Now, if this is not you and you wish to actually build a multiple hundreds of millions per year type of business, maybe you want to exit at some point of time, or maybe you want to be a billionaire, like you can definitely have those dreams. It's just specifically what my tactics are, what I'm going to do, and what I'm going to break down today doesn't necessarily imply for that. And Alex himself said something amazing. He said, and by the way, if you think this is bullshit, I assure you it's true. He said the fastest way to making $1 million isn't the fastest way to making $10 million. Now, if you're a complete beginner, this is gonna sound like a horse of bullshit to you. But I mean it when I say, depending on your goal, your activity and your leverage and what you focus on completely differs. Like it's not the same. Okay, so let's start by saying that, like literally in 2 days, he made over 100 million, and how you can actually use this for your own business. Now, the 100 million question, like, what if I told you that you can somebody made over 100 million in sales in just 2 days, and not through some complicated funnel, not through a massive sales or a team, and not through years of relationship building, actually through 3 simple principles that most business coaches completely ignore. When I say not through years of relationship building, I mean, besides his brand, the execution took him in only a couple of days. And what if I can tell you that these same three principles are actually could get you consistent 100K months without having a single sales call, without having to literally hit or have a sales team or any of that. You can just do what Tesla does, which is send people directly to a checkout page. Well, the man behind the numbers, Alex Hormozi, just did something that really should be impossible in today's market. 100+ million in revenue from a single event launch. 3+ million, I think 3.6 million copies of his 100 million money models sold at 6K each. He sold it in bundles, which was really, really smart on how he positioned it as a donation of the books. But here's what most people miss. This wasn't just luck. This wasn't really timing. This was strategy. There's a lot of strategy that came into this, and it took it up to 7 years to build and just 2 days to execute. Here's the actual 7-year investment that he personally took. Alex gave away everything for free. He literally invested 7 years or 5 to 7 years of his life building a brand and taken away and like literally gaining a lot of goodwill from people. He would give and he would be like, my name is Alex Hormozi and I have nothing to sell you. That in itself, no one can really do comfortably. Like, let's be honest. No courses, no masterminds, no buy my stuff content, just pure value, day after day, year after year. And the question is, when was the last time that you gave value without asking for anything in return? And I want you to truly think about that. Now, the compound effect of giving is something ridiculous, and it's called the rules of reciprocity. When you give something to someone and you do it consistently for long periods of times, that person will, 1, be super grateful for what you've done, but 2, will almost feel the need to give you back. We'll get that into a second. So think of like free video deposit. Every free video was a deposit in his Goodwill account. His trust building. Like every free framework was building trust, but at scale. There is what we call the value debt. Every piece of content was creating what I call value debt. It was literally giving away a lot of value. And there's the payback desire. When someone owes you value, you want to basically pay them back, and you want to pay them in something that would, one, benefit you, and almost like, again, I took away a lot of the value that I had to literally, I had to take the 6K package. And it almost felt like the necessity that if I don't pay for this, at this time, since this is the only time I believe he's gonna be ever doing this, probably in a long time, it's probably like it's not gonna happen in any closer time period. So this is the chance, and he took it very, very intelligently. So what is the value creator connection? This is exactly what I teach in the value creator system. You don't actually chase clients, and you don't have to chase anyone. You just attract them through systematic value creation. Your value will be the thing that will result in people wanting to give you money without you having to ask for anything. You just present multiple offers at scale, and the right people will come in and they will pay for it. And it's, again, it comes back to the value that you create and also to your message. The market doesn't buy from people that they don't trust. Trust isn't built through sales calls. It's actually built through consistent value delivery. So if we can establish that you can create value through content, ads, products, why do we need the sales call? In full honesty, think about it. If we can, one, deliver the value, and two, create a very systematic process, a roadmap where you can allow someone to know about you, get the value, pay you. Why do we need a sales call for? I mean, your clients, they don't want a sales call. You don't want to jump on sales calls. Why are we doing sales calls? Because it's what felt natural and what everybody has done and what everybody else told you that you should do, right? And don't get me wrong, if like when it comes to speed, obviously it's not going to be as easy, but it's relatively fast. But even the quality of the client that you close, they will be in so much entitlement and so much demand because they don't like you, they don't trust you, and they don't respect you. So they're coming in because they're just attracted by the offer or maybe because of the guarantee. But generally speaking, if you don't have either of those, why are you even jumping on the sales call? When you can provide the value up front and you can create a seamless way to get people to buy. So how much value have you actually given in the last 30 days? Ask yourself. Are you building a goodwill account constantly without making any withdrawals? Every post asking for something is a withdrawal. Whenever you ask someone or you ask your audience or you make any sorts of ask whatsoever, you're taken away out of that goodwill from your audience. Every post you give is value, is a deposit. So think about it that way. You give value, you make a deposit, you ask, you make a withdrawal. That's how you should target this. That's how you should think about this. So what is the event strategy? Alex didn't use sales calls for the 100 million launch. He used an event. It's a conversion event, a live event actually, that led directly to a checkout page. The checkout didn't have any discovery calls and no objection handling or no closing techniques. He did all of that inside of the live presentation. The payment is just event, checkout, payment. That's it. So why does this work? The reason why this works is because when you have enough proof, the market starts to sell itself. And that's when it comes to the psychology of people. When people feel like they can believe, one, you can help them. Two, you've done it yourself or helped others do it. And three, there's absolutely no risk to them for them to literally initiate and make the move. They will sell it themselves. They don't need anyone to push them through to the next step. So when you have enough goodwill, people will want to buy from you. And when you have enough authority, the price almost becomes irrelevant. And the reason why I say this, because if you go and you check most of the high-level 7 and 8-figure coaches, if not 9-figure coaches, or not really just coaches, any infopreneurs, service providers, whatever in the online space in general, when you see them using events, webinars, so on and so forth, you would notice that they're selling 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K offers at the end of their event. And they're being able to sell that at scale. Why is that? It's because price becomes irrelevant once you achieve the three things, like trust and respect. And again, showing enough proof that it becomes almost irrelevant for someone to think, if I have access to the money, then I'm going to take action. So here's a question for you. Are you trying to sell, or are you trying to let your value sell for you? There's a big difference here. What is the proof of demonstration? He's literally did 7 years of free content with that was his proof. He planned this for the entire time. He had thousands of success stories. That was his proof. His own transformation was also his proof. The market has already decided that he was worth 6K before he even asked for it. So what is the value creation application? This is why I teach the offer document system. And this is what I teach and I believe in. And I do believe that this is going to be the future. Your marketing should do 90% of the selling. And by the time that somebody talks to you, they should already be sold. They're already sold, working with you, and they're sold on your solution. So you're not really convincing them. You are confirming what they already believe. Let me say that again. You're not convincing them. You are confirming what they already believe. So your opportunity here is to try to stop selling on calls and start selling through your value, where you create content that demonstrates your expertise and you build systems that showcase your results, and then you let your proof do the talking. Crazy, right? Principle number 3, which is irrefutable proof through storytelling. Alex didn't just make claims. He actually told stories when it comes to showing his proof. He didn't just share theories, he actually shared transformation. He didn't just promise results, he showed results. And every single objection that anyone, no matter their age, background, what they do, beginner or advanced, was handled through a story, not an argument. The power of client results. He actually showed businesses going from struggling to thriving using the repeatable process of what he's teaching in the 100 million money models. He demonstrated his own journey from broke to, well, not billionaire, but he's pretty close to having that type of net worth. And he provided specific numbers, timeframes, and outcomes. Again, question to you. Here's my client here. She did 20K in 2 weeks, and she went on after this to making 60K per month working with me. And by the way, I'm not guaranteeing any types of results of working with me. This is just what happened with my client when she did apply and worked with me closely. So here's my question to you. Do you have stories that prove that your methods work? Honestly, did you document what your clients have experienced, what you have experienced, because your own story is as powerful as other people's? And can you actually show that by proof? Can you demonstrate that easily within your brand, within your content, within your business? Is that something that is easy for people or clients or prospects to access and see at any time? Handling objections through proof. This won't work for my industry. He made a story for someone of their exact industry. He literally tackled on every single industry there is. If you have a checkout page, in person, non-person, sales teams, no sales teams, he handled every industry. I don't have enough money. Here's the story of someone who who started with less. He shared his own story when he was on the edge of making a $10,000 investment within a mastermind, I believe. And then he felt nervous. He felt like, damn, that's a lot of money. How, it feels uncomfortable to make that type of investment. He did, and that ended up changing his life because he learned Facebook ads. I don't have enough time. He made other stories of someone busier who will still succeed. Every doubt he met with evidence. He didn't explain it. He just showed proof and evidence that it can be handled. So what the hell is the value creation implementation? This is why I focus on case studies over credential. And this is why I document every client transformation. Stories sell, facts tell, but proven stories would simply close. This is why I collect testimonials like literally gold, and I have an entire system for collecting testimonials from my clients. Your story collection. How many client success stories do you have documented? How many specific transformations can you reference? How many objections can you personally handle with proof instead of persuasion? Proof is something, persuasion is something else. So how did he do it? How did he do it in an entire 2-day execution? And this is the overview of things, and I'm not telling you the exact funnel, okay? So the reason why it worked so fast, because he had 7 years of preparation and he met it in just 2 days of execution, or 3 days. And this market was already primed and ready. They were ready. They wanted to pay him. They just couldn't find a way how. and he gave them that way at scale. He had the goodwill account overflowing, and he had undeniable proof. So what is the checkout page strategy? He didn't have any sales teams, calls needed when the market is already convinced, no objection handling needed when the proof is overwhelming, and no closing techniques needed when the value is obvious. He just had one checkout page, and he simply sent people to a 6K offer, which is considered a high ticket offer. Anything above 3K is high ticket. So let me ask you a question. What would happen if your market was ready to buy from you, but you're creating friction between them wanting to buy and you sharing your offer and getting them to pay? Wrap your head around that. Just ask yourself that. Here's the scaled down version. You don't need 7 years to build goodwill. You do need consistency. And the reason why most businesses online don't work is because they're not consistent. Because they would do it for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and just it doesn't work. You need to do it for years. This is a year's play. You actually don't need millions of followers. I've been doing it without having that many followers at all. No one really knows about me. But you do need the right audience. You need the right eyeballs that will watch and check some of your stuff. You don't need the 6K product, but you need a valuable solution. So what is the event formula? We create one high ticket event per quarter. You document every client results between events, and you build your goodwill account daily through giving free value. I am similar to Alex. I don't believe in and by the way, this is completely up to you and how you wish to do business. I'm not telling you this is the best way. I'm telling you this is my way, depending on what I wish to build. And I'm happy with scaling and making around $1 million to $3 million per year with a cash flow lifestyle business that doesn't allow me to work more than a couple of hours per day, because I'm married and I wish to really delegate my time to my life and to my growth and to my wife and futurely my kids. So again, you don't have to follow this, but this is how I do things. And it's completely fine to not want to do it the way I do it, right? But if you want to do it this way, you need to actually create a system through from someone not knowing you to knowing you. And the way you make your offers, this is your core offer, and it should be a premium core offer at 3K, 5K and up. It can even be up at 25, 30K. And everything else should be free. Crazy, right? You don't want to do it free? I listen to Alex. When somebody makes over 100 million in a couple of days, you listen to what they do. And I listen to what he does. And I'm giving away most of my value for free. If you want to work with me, or if someone wants to work with you as a business coach, then they should understand that your value is in your core product. And if you're not making less than $1 million a year, you definitely need to have one core product, multiple access to that product, because it's still the same product and core offer, but you want to take that one core offer to $1 million a year, and then you can work your way on adding other products or other offers. So the conversion mechanism is like this. You have an event, builds authority, demonstrates value. You send them into an offer document. Once you go through the event structure, it will have a checkout page. It would literally have people just click buy, and the system is no sales required, and the system would work like clockwork. So here's the 90-day plan that I personally take my clients through. First is we document 10 client success stories. Month 2 is we create a signature event content. And by the way, this could be an event or it can be a main VSL. So if you don't want to do live demonstrations and presentations like workshops or webinars or whatever, it's a value workshop, by the way. That's how I like to name it. You can name it whatever you want. It's a live presentation. You can also not do the live presentation. You can take people into a main video sales letter. If you don't know what that looks like, you can just check the first video in the description. That's my main video sales letter that explains the core product, what you do, how to work with me, so on and so forth. So you take people into that conversion event. They simply get access to an offer doc where it literally talks about the entire offer in details. And then you get your first 50K without having to make any sales calls whatsoever. Business with marketing focus gives you a lifestyle and time, and the 10 to 20 hours that you spend on sales calls in order to actually scale to 50, 100K months, you then put it into content and brand authority. Okay. Taki Moore calls it brand width, and I love that way. So why do most coaches fail? They fail because they try to sell before they've earned the right to sell. and you do need to actually earn the right to sell. They focus on closing instead of opening minds, and they chase prospects instead of attracting clients. So they compete on the price instead of actually compete on the value. And that's why most people are literally decreasing and decreasing their prices, and they're not presenting themselves as a premium product. So what is the value creator knowledge? We build goodwill accounts, not sales funnels. We create proof instead of making promises. We demonstrate value instead of describing it. And we let the market sell itself. Make sense? Awesome. The transformation. You go from chasing clients to attracting them. You go from explaining your value to demonstrating. You go from competing on price to creating your own strategy and your niche of one. And you work from marketing your business into building systems that basically completely automate your entire business for you. So what should you do next? This is the beginning of understanding how the top 1% really operate. And Alex's 100 lunch wasn't luck. It was a system. It was a work of years in place. A system that you yourself can adapt, scale for your own business. And a system that I personally teach in complete details. So here's what you can do. You can watch my full training on becoming a value creator. You can find that link in the description, or you can learn the complete system behind these principles. See exactly how to implement this for your coaching business and discover why this actually works better than anything else in the market. And I mean it when I say it's better, depending on what your goal is. If you want to go build a $100 million per year business, this wouldn't definitely be the way to do it. Sales calls, teams, managing, hiring C-suites, that would be the way to go. So if you want to go deeper on this entire thing and you're serious about implementing this system to your business and you want to join the coaches that are already hitting 100K months working with me, if you're ready to actually stop chasing and start attracting instead, you can message me the word 50K on Instagram to apply for the Creator Circle. The choice is yours. You can keep doing what everyone is doing, and that's fine. And you're going to get kind of the same outcome. So don't expect something different. Or you can follow the proven path that the top 1% are taking. These principles are simple, but the execution requires commitment. If this is the person you are and you are committed to making a change in your business, and actually want to become a value creator, you can find the doc that I just presented for free in the description, and you can just click here and message me on the value creator IG. And I can present you your offer. You don't need to really speak with me. You don't need to speak with any of my sales team because I don't have any. You're literally going to be presented with a document. And if you're still not sold, check the main video sales letter. It will literally show you the entire thing. You're a marketer. I'm a marketer. We already know how this works. If this really speaks to you and this is something that you wish to do and you're interested in making 50K per month within the next 6 to 12 months, working with me and being inside the Creator Circle, this beautiful thing right here that I'm very proud of, will for certainty make a change in your business if you implement everything. But again, I don't make any guarantees or promises. This is how it works for me and for my clients. If you achieve and do it the same way, it could be different, but it will definitely show you the success road that you need to get there.